Hello there. Welcome back to Grandma Ray Don't Play, and I'm Rachel. Okay, right away, I'll wait. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Share the video and comment. I love to hear your comments, whatever you want to tell me in regards to the recipe, okay, or other recipes that I've made. Alright, so I have 2 T-bone steaks. You know, I did a T-bone steak shopping haul, and I bought T-bone steaks, 8 of them, and 7 of them were under $5. One was like 5 something. So today we're going to call it 2 T-bone steaks for $10. So you know, normally if you cook the steaks, you'd have to give 1 steak to each person, so that will only feed 2. We're going to cut it off the bone, and I'm going to show you how to feed 4 people with the T-bone steak. And you know, T-bone steak is nice and tender, so you're not going to lose that tenderness nor the flavor. Okay, join me. Let's do it. Thanks for hanging around, teaching you how to shop and cook for less for you and your family. Let's do it. Before I go there, let me give you the word of the day. So you have $50 for the week. Should you just go to the store with that $50 and pray for the best? Should you plan out your meal so that you can add it up on paper before you go to the store? Should you figure out the prices of everything before you go to the store? Or should you call and ask someone, can they loan you some money to buy so that you can buy enough food for the week? That's your question to you, and I would like for you to give me the answer. Okay? Alright, that's the word of the day. I'm waiting to hear your answer. Okay. Okay, here's our 2 T-bone steaks. You can see that they're a nice size. Okay, here's the thickness. Alright, so let's cut that off the bone. So I'm going to go right, follow this bone. That's going to be my guide, the bone. So I'm going to follow the bone right down to free off the meat off the bone. Okay, that's the meat off of one side. Here it is right here. Sort of looks like a sirloin steak, doesn't it? And I'm going to go down the other side to clean off the meat off the other side. Okay, so I have just freed the meat off the T-bone steak off of one. I want to cut off that little bit of excess fat right there. Okay, that's enough. And it's a thick piece of fat along the back here. If you was cooking it as a steak, 1 second. Okay, so I already cut the beef off of this bone, right? So now let me cut the beef off of this bone. So I'm going right down the side of the bone and across. Okay, and this side is off. Now I'm going to do this side. Going right down. And now across. Okay, so now the beef is off the second bone. Just scraping this excess beef off. Okay. So now this back side fat here I'm going to just take off. Oh, let me move this so you can see. If you feel some bones, you want to cut that off. Okay. Now that we have, I have a piece of gristle here. All right. Now that I have all the beef off, now I'm just gonna cut right down the middle. And then cut it in portions. And let me show you. Okay. So each piece I'm cutting up just like you was going to cube for beef stew, okay? And this is my last one that I need to cut up. Okay, I was just cutting this fat off here. That would be tough. Okay, let me empty this. Okay, that's what we're looking like. So this is the beef from the 2 T-bone steaks. Now, I'm going to show you how to stretch it. So I'm going to wipe the counter down and I'll come right back. Okay, so I have some olive oil in the frying pan heating up. I'm putting some sassoon. Let me show you. Sorry, I forgot to show you. A package of sassoon, 1 package. It's no salt sassoon. Black pepper. granulated onion. And some garlic paste. A half of a tablespoon of garlic paste. And I'm going to rub all that in together. So in the frying pan, I'm going to add the onions. That was 3 purple onions. This is a half a cup of cut up sliced red peppers. 1/4 of an orange pepper. Okay, I'm going to put the same seasoning on the vegetables. So that now I have the black pepper, the granulated onion, and the garlic paste on the vegetables. Let me mix that in. Okay, now I'm going to cover and let that cook a minute. Meanwhile, I want to change to the back eye so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I have my seasonings on the T-bone steak meat that I cut off the bone. I'm going to put some olive oil on the meat so that I can now massage that in nicely. Okay, now that's massaged in. Washing my hands. Okay, I'll be right back in 5 minutes when that's almost done. The word of the day. The word of the day is you can accomplish the same goal by going a different method. So what I'm saying by that is this. If I was to go buy some beef stew meat to do the same dish that I'm doing now, I would have gotten a different choice of beef, and it would have been tough, and I couldn't have stir-fried it like this. I would have had to boil it first, and all of that stuff, okay? So by getting the T-bone steak cheap like that, less than $5 a package, I got the best meat. It's going to be tender. I can cut it off the bone, and I can still have a stew meat with the benefits of the sirloin cut, versus buying stew meat for maybe even the same $10 that I would have paid, that I paid for the 2 T-bone steaks. But the T-bone stew meat would have been tough. So the word of the day is you can skin a cat more than one way. Okay, all right, let's get back to our vegetables cooking. I think they're almost done. Go ahead, give a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe. Okay. Oh yeah, we're good. So I'm going to take the vegetables out. Okay, you'll notice the vegetables still have a nice color to them. I didn't overcook them. Okay, I'm going to add some more oil to the frying pan. And now I'm going to add the steak. And it's not going to take long for the sirloin steak to cook. Not long at all. Look at that. That's enough. If you divide that up for 4 people. You see that? Versus if you just served the 2 steaks, that would have only fed 2 people. I'm going to cover that a few minutes. Okay, as you notice, I'm just trying to turn the parts over that need to be turned over. Okay, I'm going to cover that a minute. Now I have some beef gravy that I'm going to add to make the gravy. Okay, I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 heaping tablespoons of gravy. I'm going to just mix it around like you see me doing until you get all the gravy on all the meat. Now I'm going to add water. Three ounces of water. We're going to let that come up to a boil and it will thicken. Okay, I'm going to put the top on a minute. And then once that comes up to a boil, we're going to add the vegetables back. And then we're going to serve that over rice, and there you go. Now that's how you stretch 2 T-bone steaks into a meal for 4. By cutting the meat off the bone, adding the vegetables, and you're going to serve that over rice. Okay, I'm going to give that a minute. Okay, I'm going to give that 2 minutes. Okay, we came to a boil. Now let's add back the vegetables. We'll let that come up to a temp, and then I'm going to plate up for you. Okay, I'll do that now. Okay guys, here's the T-bone steak meat cut off the bone, and gravy and peppers and onions. And here's some yellow rice to go with it. Okay, how about that? Would you like to have that on your table? Absolutely. To feed 4, how we stretch 2 T-bone steaks to feed 4. Great idea, right? Just for you. Okay, let me taste for you. Okay, let me taste for you. Can't wait to taste. So I have the rice and the peppers and onions and gravy and the steak. And it's hot. Oh boy, so good, guys. The steak melts in your mouth. Mixed with that gravy over that rice. Oh my goodness. The peppers and onions. Oh, definitely. Definitely. So I hope I showed you something that could benefit you. And give it a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe. Thank you. Talk to you soon.